Los Angeles, a city that has always been right on the pulse of the entertainment industry, is being rebuilt by a long-awaited star authority. Kim Taehyung, or better known by his stage name, BTS's V, just introduced Kaki in LA, and in less than an hour, the entire media, fans, and even Hollywood film and music industry professionals began to create one thing, a huge project to be worked on in the city. In a fast-moving world, Taehyung never comes to rest or relax. It carries a mission, a vision, and one thing that many believe will be key to the map of the global entertainment industry. Taehyung's private plane landed at Los Angeles International Airport in the morning. As usual, his arrival was not widely counted. However, ARMY BTS's loyal fan base has an incredible instinct. They discover the difference in Taehyung's stealth since he left Paris 3 days earlier. Many transacted he would only transit in Seoul, but he went straight west, towards America. Arriving in casual, yet still fashionable clothes, Taehyung appears to block out the spotlight, though his highlight can't really make it. He was put in charge of the state by a security team from hybe and a local agency representative in LA. But there was one person who made the commotion even wilder, a tall man with sunglasses and hair loss who continued with a big hug. Oscar-winning literary genius Damien Chazelle just a few questions after the fight. hybe America explained the incident. This is because Taehyung will be involved in a cross-disciplinary art project run by Damien Chazelle, and the project has been in development for over a year, waiting for the right time. Taehyung is not just a musician, he's a storyteller. I've been following his artistic development for years, and now we can finally create something incredible together, Chazelle said in a statement. This project, which was later named Euphoria in Silence, was not just an ordinary musical film. It is a meeting between film, live performance, fine art, and live scoring music. Taehyung is said to be the main actor, composer, and executive producer. He will compose songs, compose scores with a team from Hans Zimmer Studios, and perform in editions designed to showcase the deepest sides of the human soul, all based on personal ideas that have so far only been written about in his personal journal, Taehyung's First Day in L. A direct spent in one of the secret studios owned by Warner Brothers hidden in Burbank. It was here that the table reading process, the trial of the sound system, and the first meetings with the rest of the actors and musicians took place. The project also involved some big names such as Zendaya, Rami Malek, and the famous cellist Yo-Yo Ma. As far as the eye can see, that despite the very professional atmosphere, there are emotional changes that are increasingly visible in this new product. However, there are some points to note in this regard. He not only acts as a guest actor or singer, he is the core of the whole project. One production assistant who did not want to be named said, "She doesn't walk like a celebrity. He moves like an artist who knows what he wants to say." It's almost haunting. Taehyung has a deep love for cinema. Films by Wong Kar-wai, Jean-Pierre Jeunet, and Sofia Coppola were a major driving force towards his view of life and art. These films are among the most watched films in the world, both on the big screen and on the big screen, but the Euphoria in Silence is only a film project. It's an overflow of everything Taehyung has felt since before the army, during his military training, until he returns to the outside world. He described the project as a soul abandoned through art. In an exclusive interview that was recorded privately and will be released when the movie trailer is released, Taehyung features, "It's not just my comeback, it's me breathing through art. I've seen silence, I've touched silence, and now I want to share that emotion in a way that I could never do with just music or movies. It should be both." This news, of course, developed like a bomb in various international media lines. CNN, Rolling Stone, The Guardian, to Enemy mentioned this news on their main pages. Film critics began to speculate, will this be a new breakthrough in the world of cinema? Is Hollywood finally opening up a bigger space for Asian artists to perform not only in front of the camera, but also in the creative space behind the scenes? Being a K-pop artist and Korean actor also means saying goodbye. Park Bo-gum, a close friend of Taehyung's, posted an old photo of them in Venice with the caption, "A storyteller's journey has finally begun. Proud of you, my friend." At that time, BTS's Suga was filming camera emojis, film strips, and flames, which immediately became a comment from ARMY. The topic Euphoria in Silence with V instantly became a global trending topic in just 11 minutes since this news was released. The international fanbase began to rally support in the form of social media campaigns, digital art, and even supporting documentaries that tell the story of Taehyung's art struggle. In South Korea alone, this news made headlines in almost all media outlets, with headlines such as BTS's Taehyung headed to the Oscars or the new revival of V, from Paris to Hollywood. After the first day that passed, Taehyung chose to live his days very calmly. It was built high in a modern minimalist-style house in the Laurel Canyon area, which is famous as a place for contemporary artists to live. It was here, according to the reports of some resources, that he made some of the main scoring of his film in the evening performed Piano, Candlelight, and Sky L. Sometimes cloudy, he declined an interview and did not appear in public for 4 consecutive days. However, the project's official account has released several images from the production process. Close-ups of Taehyung's face in the spotlight, images of classical instruments, and hand-recorded footage full of lyrics and visual sketches now. All eyes are on the first release. The first teaser for Euphoria in Silence will be shown exclusively at the Telluride Film Festival in 2 months. If all goes according to plan, the film will be a strong candidate for many major awards next year, not just because of its visuals, but also because of its cross-cultural, cross-disciplinary, and cross-lingual narrative. But more than that, this project is a change in Taehyung's direction, not just as BTS's V but as an artist who no longer plays a role through microphones alone, but also through lenses, images, and silence that play a role. Will continue to be discussed with the latest developments from LA and the Euphoria in Silence project. Most of the scenes in Euphoria in Silence are not done in a closed studio, but rather in real locations full of meaning and silence. One of them is Mono Lake in Eastern California, a place known for its strange landscapes and as if from another world. The lake is calm, with pointed limestone rock formations rising from the water. It was here that Taehyung shot one of the most emotional scenes in the film, a man standing in shallow water, playing his childhood recordings on an old projector while a fine rain fell from the orange sky. The production team called this location chosen directly by Taehyung after months of searching for a place that reflects a healing void. An old cinema in Pasadena to be demolished, in which the scene of the last screening is depicted. The redwood forest north of San Francisco, where the main character, Taehyung, walks alone for a full 6 minutes without camera cuts, only the sound of steps and breathing. A small church in the middle of the Mojave Desert, where the character finds pieces of a letter belonging to his late mother. A scene that made some of the crew cry during filming. The film's cinematographer, Greg Fraser, who previously worked on Dune and The Batman, called the project the quietest and most emotional challenge of his career.